Минатата недела Скопје исто така беше центар и кога станува збор за земјотресната сеизмологија, имено нашиот сеизмолошки институт при Универзитетот Свети Кирил и Методи организираше конференција на која присуствуваше и професор сеизмолог од Истражувачкиот и технички институт за инженерска сеизмологија и земјотресно инженерство од Солун. Неговото име е Никос Теодолидис, кој даде ексклузивно интервју за утринска на Телма, па во продолжение ве повикувам заедно да го погледнеме. Mr. Teodolidis, the recent seismic activity around Santorini has calmed down. Does this indicate long-term stability or is just a temporary phase?
It's a good question. I think in the nature there is not a long or short-term stability. So the same crisis happened in Santorini about 10 years ago when we had this kind of crisis for about 1 year, 2011, 2012. So we cannot say that it is calmed down, you're right, but the nature cannot be controlled. So maybe another episode can come in the near future.
Okay. Now, what are the key signs that scientists monitor to detect potential volcanic eruption in Santorini, and have any concerning trends been observed?
Okay, what we can do in this case is we just monitor the bottom of the sea with respect to Colombo volcano, and if these GPS measurements show that the bottom is swelling, then we can say that something is happening. Nowadays, there are a lot of monitoring system sensors in the bottom, seismographs, and global position systems that measure such a kind of swelling. So this swelling, for the time being, is not increased. So we can say, in your first question, as you asked firstly, that the whole crisis is in a kind of decrease of swelling, and that means that maybe the magmatism from the upper mantle stopped feeding the magmatism in the surface close to the islands. But there is no any sure means that can tell us, okay, now the whole crisis has stopped.
Since you mentioned the volcano Colombo, how much does this volcano threat and could an eruption there make a tsunami?
Okay, the good question. The last eruption was in 16th century after Christ, and it created a quite big tsunami, although it was a submarine eruption. But at that time, we can say that this kind of eruptions, depending on the quantity of the material that comes out of the earth, can create or not a tsunami. We cannot say it. But in case we are close to the eruption and we'll see the swelling, then we can take all the measures so that to protect the population in the islands around. There are means now to protect ourselves and the islands from a possible tsunami, which is not something possible, but in case of.
Okay. Greece is one of Europe's most seismically active countries. Which regions are currently at the highest risk for a major earthquake? Yeah.
Okay, Greece is unfortunately 6th in range of seismicity, the highest 6th in high seismicity around the globe, not only in Europe. First in Europe, but 6th in the globe. We cannot say, because there is no any scientific methodology to date, that we can predict a big earthquake somewhere. What we do, as many colleagues know, is we apply the seismic zonation in a long-term vision. For example, for the next 50 years, with a probability of occurrence of something. So we cannot say that, for example, Thessaloniki or Athens will be the next candidate of a big event. This is out of science. This is rumors. But we can say that, for example, Ionian Islands in Greece, which is the highest seismic zone for seismic risk and hazard, it's most possible than, for example, the central Greece or the North Greece.
So what is the message for the Greek people and the people from the Balkan, which is also a seismic active region? How to be peaceful, or do they have to learn how to live with the threat?
They have to be peaceful, they have to be calm, and they must know, they must be trained in preventive measures. The earthquake started in this nice area 10 million years ago, and it will continue for another 10 million at least. That's the geodynamic of the area. So in this case, what we can do is only preventive measures, which means seismic codes, means awareness about the event, how to protect ourselves, our students in schools, in the university, and the general population, so that to mitigate all possible damage and losses of life. That's the only solution in the future, in the near future.
Mr. Teodolidis, thank you very much for this interview.
I thank you.